Of course, he's not sitting up or he's purposely sitting back.
Good evening, moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, and neighbors. It's always exciting for us to present these young musicians in their very first performance. We know you'll be pleasantly surprised at what they've accomplished in just a short amount of time. Not everyone learns to play an instrument. It takes physical and mental work. It also takes time to practice while learning the instrument. Each of the musicians here tonight have demonstrated their ability and their desire and have earned membership in the Lenahan 5th grade band. They're going to demonstrate what they've learned up to this point in their brief but very successful music careers. After learning how to take the instruments out of the cases and assembling them, they finally got to do what they had been wanting to do for a long time. Remember this? Producing their very first sound on their instruments? It probably sounded something like this. Sound familiar? It was obvious that Mr. Sybil had a big challenge facing him. The second week proved to be eventful as all of our instructors patiently worked with the individual sections in the band until they could all produce their first note. Now they sounded like this. Yes, quite an improvement. But they needed a little more work before they were ready for this performance. Producing that first note allowed them to proceed to the first lesson where to learn to count while they played. It's important to count. It's necessary to perform together. They added a different rhythm or beat to those first notes and began to take on a new sound. This may be more interesting than the first note, but it's still not a complete tune that you would go around whistling all day. They then added a couple of new notes and discovered they could start playing recognizable tunes. This might have been a moment at home when you felt for the first time that the music lessons were starting to take hold. This is what they sounded like at school that day. We don't want to bore you with all the mechanics and hard work of the next few lessons, but as the band members began to complete these exercises, everyone was convinced that this was going to be one of our finest beginning bands ever. Here's one of their favorite pieces. Although we don't have time to allow all 150 students to perform individually, we'd like to have some sections play together so you can hear how they sound. First of all, the brass and percussion are going to play for You Love Somebody. Next, we'd like you to listen to the woodwinds and percussion play Aura Lee. When we think of the story of Noah's Ark and the animals entering 2 by 2, we'd like to introduce to you the Noah's Ark Band, 2 of a kind, playing Lightly Road. It'll take them just a couple moments to set up. The band has come a long way since they produced that first sound, and they've worked hard to be able to prepare this first performance in such a short time. This has been a great evening for all of us, and we're glad that you're here. It's important as parents that your home support is vital if they're going to continue to improve in their musicianship. Your interest makes all the difference. Their next performance will be May 21st, 2015 at 7 p.m. here in the MHS Community Auditorium. I'm sure you will be surprised at how well they play at that point, how much improvement they'll make. Please plan to join us so you can enjoy the band performing together as well as their progress and musical growth. We will now present the 5th grade band their last selection, When the Saints Go Marching In. You have just witnessed the first performance of the Marshalltown 5th grade band. How'd they do? We are so proud of the accomplishments of these young people. We look forward to their continued membership in our Marshalltown band program. Great bunch of students. I know the groups I've worked with, I've enjoyed tremendously. Great job, 5th grade band, and bear with us while we switch and allow our 6th graders to come up and entertain you. Thank you.